Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, people that we're watching later on. It's been a long time since these interviews have been done, and I've even forgotten the introduction. But having said that, I will try my best, and I really want to thank today a very special person. Although she's not new to the school, she started last year. We've been trying to organize this interview for quite some time now. But fortunately, by the grace of God, we are here today and we are able to conduct this interview. This is none other than our lovely librarian. It's Miss Saba, and she is one of the person that's come in and revived reading for us, and she's a very popular person in the school. And this is what happens: the librarians actually become very popular, and us teachers, we have to work hard to get our popularity back. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our special guest today for this great show. Before we get or ask her to speak, I want her to speak about a photo. We've got a photo on the display over there, and I can tell you I'm only assuming on the far left is there's Miss Saba's dad. I'm only assuming there, but he will tell us. She will tell us about the photo and take us through that photo.
So on the far left is actually my uncle. On the far right is my dad.
Okay.
In this photo, I turned 6 years old, and my dad's birthday and my birthday is basically 6 days apart. And so we are both celebrating it together. And the cake says, I think it says happy birthday, and then it has Saba and Zubair, which is my dad's name. And I'm sitting in the middle of my cousin and my sister and my uncle, who's on the far left.
Well, that's such a Pakistani thing to kill two birds with one stone.
It is very much a Pakistani thing to do. I was supposed to have my own birthday. On the day, I was very upset that I wasn't going to get my special birthday, and I was sad with everyone. And I remember my cousin waking me up, and she said, "It's all right. I'll put some blush on you. I'll put some lipstick on you. I'm going to get you all dressed up. We have a new dress for you." And I think that's got me very excited. And that's why I'm like feeling very special in this picture.
No, that's great. Look, tell us about yourself. And this is my next segment. I generally ask about you, about your family, and tell us about yourself. I mean, how you got to AIA, and give us that journey.
So I was born in Pakistan, grew up in New York, studied there for a while, came to Sydney around 16 years ago now. And I have a bachelor's in commerce and business. And everyone in my family has a bachelor's in commerce in business. They have some sort of a business. We are all a business-minded family. I think there's only 3 people in my entire extended family who do not have a business degree. I'm one of them. Another one is a doctor, and a third one is a designer, like an architect. And that's the 3 of us. Everyone else has a business. I decided to go into librarianship only because I just absolutely love reading in libraries. And when I came here, I wanted a job that would sort of work with me being a young mom as well. So I went to TAFE and loved it, loved the career, loved everything about libraries. And I decided to pursue a master's as well. So last year, I finished my master's in June, and I applied for this job. And alhamdulillah, I'm here making a difference, I hope, a positive one, inshallah, in the lives of all of the children and the students that go to this school.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I am so ignorant over here. I actually never knew that you had to do a master's in library. I just thought you just had to be good at reading books, and you could actually become a librarian.
No, a lot of people, if they have to go to TAFE at the very least, so they do a Cert 3 or a diploma in TAFE. I'm just a little bit more passionate, and I just thought, that's it. I'm going to get my master's in this, and so I do have a master's.
Well, back in Pakistan, if you wanted to be a teacher, you really didn't want a qualification. Likewise, if you wanted to be a librarian, you didn't really need a qualification for that, and you could probably become a librarian or a teacher. But I don't think so. That the tides are not the same anymore. I think you do
No.
need qualifications now.
Yeah, you do. Definitely do. You have to have qualifications. If you want to do a really good job in a library, and I feel like for a school such as ours that is just sort of growing, we do need someone who
No,
has the qualifications. Yeah.
no, definitely. I mean, we are not doubting your qualifications. You are a great teacher, as I said. And also, you said you're from New York. I mean, America,
Yeah.
from far away from, we're talking about the far west and coming to
Yes,
the
we are.
far east, from the north
Yes, yeah. Can
coming
I
to the
just
south.
say that was a very big culture change. I grew up in New York, and New York, as you know, is very, very busy. Everything's open late night. I always thought Sydney would be very much like that and it would be a metropolitan city. I got a culture shock when I came here, lived in the suburbs, and I could hardly see any people. I felt like this was just a place with no people, no animals, no birds, and everything closes at 5 o'clock. What is this place? It was the first few years were very difficult, to be very honest. But now that I'm used to it and I love it, I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't
Yeah.
change it for any.
No, you're
Alhamdulillah.
right. No, that's really good. Look, my first question always to everyone is what is something that you know really well? One thing I know that you know really well is reading. And that's why
Yes,
you're in the right profession. Tell us what is
yes.
something that you know really well.
So reading and also like just how to promote a reading culture. I feel like I just have a talent for it, but it's something that I feel I can make a positive change in other people's minds. This is one part of my job that I absolutely love. So librarians, yes, I do read and I enjoy encouraging reading as well, but that's not the only thing we do. I suppose I'm also very good at research. I love all types of research. Give me a challenge, like find me this from that year and that journal article, and I am all for it. So that's another thing I'm very, very good at. And I suppose critical literacy and media literacy is another part of librarianship that I feel like will play a major role in how I approach things. So I
What?
feel like all of those three things I'm really good at.
Well, no, well, that's more about your career. Tell us about
Mm.
your personal life, something that you know really well. I'm assuming you know how to cook biryani well.
Yes, I honestly was a very bad cook. I was so bad when I first started. My dad would absolutely cry and he would hide and throw things away that I would cook. But I don't know what happened. Something changed. And Alhamdulillah, my husband likes my cooking. So I feel like that's it. My husband and kids, they say that, Mom, you cook the best biryani. And to me, it's like, that's it. I've achieved my cooking skills. I do cook a lot of really good savory things. So all savory things I feel like I'm good at. I could possibly do a little bit better with baking, which I'm all right with. I'm okay. I don't
Anything
bake though.
else you want to add to the list that you know really well?
Hmm. Anything else that I think that I do know really well? Can't think of anything. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to
All
it,
right.
Sheikh.
We'll come back to the second question. We'll come to the second question then. Something that you always wanted to learn.
Something that I've always wanted to learn. Two things. I've always wanted to learn Arabic, just understanding of it. I feel like when I read the Quran, I usually have to learn the translation and I have to read um tafsir of it a lot. And I think if I actually, and a lot of times I feel like words and meanings are lost in translation. And I feel like if I actually understood the beauty of Arabic as it was written, there's poetry involved in it, and each word can mean like a significant amount of things. I feel like that would just enrich my life a lot more. That would be definitely one thing. And another thing, I feel like it's not really something that you can just easily grasp. I would love to have the wisdom of that comes with knowledge and years and experience. And I feel like I'm not experienced enough to have that knowledge or to have that wisdom, or it's a gift that only a select few get from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I would absolutely love to have the wisdom of just knowing that I'm on the right path and not doubting myself. And I feel like if I could learn those two things, I feel like wisdom comes from taqwa as well. If I could learn how to do that, that would be awesome. That would be like the pinnacle of what I would want to do, what I would want to learn.
MashaAllah, that's so good. And when it comes to the Arabic language, something very easy, especially in the school that you're in. you've got people around that speak Arabic, and they can, with that verbal communication, you can actually understand how the language is formed. So when you read it, you know the context, how the Arabs use it as well. So something that you're very lucky in that regard. But
Yeah,
again,
true.
and also when it comes to wisdom, you're right. I mean, something that the prophets had, it's divine. You have people have knowledge, but they actually don't know how to use the knowledge, and that's the wisdom part. And
Exactly.
may Allah actually grant all of us that wisdom, that we
Um,
are, we can practice it. But anything else that you always wanted to learn apart from this? But I mean, these are really profound things that you've said. But
yeah.
then also, we're humans. We like some little things that we would like to do. Like for me, I would like to mow the lawns in a proper way. I don't know if you've seen my lawn. No one would hire me to mow their lawns, and I would actually like to know how to do that properly.
This is something I actually never thought that I would actually really need. But since I've come into this job, I feel like I wish I was a bit more crafty. I feel like I'm very good with like digital creativity. So if you ask me to design posters or anything in terms of digital design, I'm very good at. But when it comes to like a physical arts and craft and that sort of thing, I feel like I wish I could actually just be really amazing at it. And I know that also comes with practice. So in my family, as I mentioned, one of my sister is actually the designer and the artist, and her designs and illustrations are beautiful. And I was looking at one of her illustrations yesterday that she was doing. She was designing the cover of a chocolate that she'd made at home. And I thought, I wish I had that. So that's the thing that I wish I could draw and illustrate really well.
Oh, that's great. Look, you've surprised us a lot today in telling about yourself. But then my next question is, what is something that people don't know about you? What's a surprising fact about you?
A surprising fact about me is I feel like a lot of people look at me and they think I'm very outgoing, but I am an introvert. I have so many random thoughts in my head at any given time. I was very, very shy. Growing up, I could not speak to anyone who was a stranger. Like I would actually physically tremble. And one of the things that I did in like my dad made me do was he made me become an employee of a market research firm back when they weren't illegal. And so we had this market research firm in a small corner in a New York City building. And dad said, go apply for that job. And I was like, Dad, I can't even deliver, call someone for delivery. Can't do it. And he said, nope, you're going to do it. And I actually progressed quite a bit in that job while I was there. And that's what got rid of my anxiety, but I still have a lot of it. And I'm still an introvert at heart, I feel.
I think that'd be very hard to believe, knowing you, that you're an introvert. Very, very hard to believe. Anything
I
else that
started
would
off that way
surprise
anyway.
us?
Anything else that was okay, so this is going to sound a little bit all right, I'll say it. Something that I find a lot of people find interesting is when the Twin Towers fell, I was actually in school, very close to where the Twin Towers fell. And when they first fell, we had an announcement over our school PA system where it said, one of the planes fell down on a building. And I was like, American people and their dramas. I mean, so what? It's not anything that's going to affect history or whatever. Why do they have to make that announcement? It's fine. And I continued on with my day till the middle of the day where everyone and everything and all of New York shut down. And I realized, oh, I actually didn't know what I was talking about. So I was there, smelt the smoke, smelt everything, and basically went through the whole shebang.
So you've probably seen that Site Zero as well. You know how they were building a mosque over there as well. There was rumors about that, so you've probably been there as well.
I actually didn't go there. For a while, I think Dad and everyone after 9/11 happened, I think there was a lot of anger towards Muslims, but there was also a lot of joining of community in New York. It was a mixture. And when you grow up there, when you feel part of that community, it's sort of like a divide that you feel both both things very, very equally. And I never actually said to anyone that I wanted to go, and I actually didn't go. I've never been to Ground Zero. Even when I visited after in 2019, I did not go there. That's the one place I don't want to go to.
Anyways, as you said it really well. We Muslims are far away from that. Our religion's about promoting safety and security, and whoever did that, they probably did not know what the real faith is.
True, very true. It's something that I didn't want to mention. I feel like this was a very happy interview, but every time I've told people about the fact that I was in a school building when this happened, people are shocked. Oh, really? You were there? And so I just thought maybe I'd mention it here.
No, that's good. Look,
surprising.
That brings us to the last part of the interview. Give us an advice. I always ask people to give us an advice. So you're definitely in the library reading all these books. So tell us a advice, or give us a quote, or give us something to everyone that we're listening later on.
I really should have prepared for this interview, Sheikh. Let's see. I thought I would wing it. It's all good. I'm sure something will come to me. If you are going to do anything, I feel like one of the things that I do quite a lot that has helped me grow into the person that I am is actually I reflect on the things that I do right and the things that I wish I could do better. And I think that at the end of every day, I try to forgive everyone that's sort of done wrong with me, but I also look at what I've done and what I've been wanting to achieve and how far did I go in doing that? What more steps do I need to take? And just sort of reflect on where I am every day. And if you could just take aside that time to just stop with everything that's sort of the distraction and the noise and sit down, reflect, plan, but also sort of forgive and move on, I think that would be really, really useful.
That's so beautiful. Look, we've come to the last part of the interview and it was amazing. I just want to, you're such a great person. I want to tell you that. And thank you again for giving your time. But now is a fun time for me and not really for the people who are on the other side. And basically, it's a question. It's a riddle. I always put these riddles. The next sound that you'll be hearing is the riddle. Actually, this one does not have the sound. You have to read it. And you'll get about 10 seconds to answer this question. Again, there's most of the people from the 50 plus interviews I've done. I tell you what, there's hardly 5% of the people who've given the right answer. So even if you don't get the right answer, do not stress too much. Okay.
Now I will not be one of them, Sheikh.
So let's play that and see if you can get the right answer.
We kill, we give.
So we kill and we give life. We are either poison or fruit. You choose, what are we?
We kill and we give life. We're either poison or fruit. You choose. Oh, I have absolutely no idea.
Just make a wild guess.
Poison or fruit. And it's a we. Anything to do with earth, anything to do with water. No. What is it? What is it, Sheikh? I think my 10 seconds are past.
Words.
It's true. Words are very, very powerful. We give life. Yeah, maybe.
They give life. They make people happy. They also make people upset. Also kill people. So look, again, as I said to you, if you asked me that question, I would have never been able to give the answer.
I would not.
So these are just random riddles I've selected, and that's not to take anything away from you. You are, I really want to thank you again for being part of these interviews. That will be in the library very soon. Other people can view that in the staff room. Everyone can view that as well. We've got so many new staff. My message to all the new staff, be like Miss Saba and actually come out and start interviewing yourselves. It's fun. We want to know about you, who you are, and that goes a long way because we're in such a busy environment that we hardly get to meet people. But these interviews are a source of blessing that we get to know about other people's life. Is there anything you want to add before I sign off?
I just want to say thank you for having me. It's been fun. I really do wish I had prepared a little bit earlier. But I liked winging it. So it's all right. And I am sorry for bringing the mood down with my 9/11 talk, but that's okay.
No, you don't have to be
Everything
sorry.
was a fun talk.
No, you don't have to be sorry. That's something. That's a surprising fact. We got to learn about that. And you have a
Yeah.
great one, and you look after yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You too, Sheikh.